Good morning again, everybody. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. I want to welcome you all to our trading room. Thank you so much. This is Friday, April 5th, 2024. Yesterday was interesting, no doubt about it. We had this big, hungry bearish engulf. And some people yesterday made out like bandits, and some people did not, okay? Look, I know that. And I know these things happen with trading. One of the keys is just to be, work your hardest, your darndest to be on the right side of the trades. And, sometimes, big things like this happen. Sometimes speed is the best thing to get out of some losses. The one thing that I think is absolutely detrimental is trying to change gears too fast and rush in and chase, because see, now we're getting a little bit of a bounce up. So if we got all bearish here all of a sudden toward the end of yesterday, now you're kind of wondering, geez, did I do the right thing? Sometimes it's best to sit back for a day or two and just let it settle out. I know sometimes some people get really tired of hearing me say that. But I really think that's one of the keys to successful trading is know when to trade, know when you're out there. So right now, we are below the trendicator on the SPY. This big bearish engulf looking at us in the 50-period moving average down here. Until this changes, what this is what I'm looking at. Until the dots turn green, I'm going to assume we're going to the 50-period moving average or going lower. If the dots turn green, then I will assume we're going to retest the top. Basically, it's all about those dots right there. It keeps it kind of an even keel. It's kind of like going down the road, in your car, 2-lane road, and you've got the center line. The rule says that if you stay on your side of the center line, everything's going to be okay. If you cross your side of the center, if you cross the center line, there's the chance of a pretty bad accident. And this is no different. And this is the center line right there. So below that, I'm bearish. Above that, I'm bullish. There are no exceptions to that. All right? Think about it. Try it out sometime. Try it out on a different time frame. It really does work. So with that said, I'm a bit pro to the bear side. So for instance, stocks, I don't know, let's go take a look at GSK here. Now, as I look at GSK, I like the short setup, but not every short setup is to be bought right now. And by the way, I've got no charts picked here. If you guys have any, throw them out, please. I'm looking at the scanner and allowing the scanner to give me short plays or long plays. And this morning, I've been focusing, just kind of looking at the short plays. So here we are. What I'm looking for are blue ice failures right now. I think that is a really good chart setup right now. Charts that are failing the 50-period moving average, giving us that what we call blue ice failure. So here's price breaking the 50-period moving average. The T-line happens to be coming down below it. Trendicator is still above the 50. This is the way I've set this up because we're early in the run. We're early in the run. Think about that. We're early, okay? Look at the SPY. We're up high. We're early in the run, okay? So that's what I want to look at. Let's see what ELF looks like. See how we're still early in the run? So now what I want is my little green arrows here. There we go. What I want to see is a rally and then a failure. So we want to have a little patience. Maybe we get that little rally, little failure. The rally doesn't have to be this big, by the way. Rally can be up just a little bit. In fact, this could be the rally and then fail like that. All right. GSK. I've been messing with it. I should have more on the list here, but they just haven't come through yet. Actually, I've been messing with it this morning. See where we are now? A little bit of a rally up, and then a fail is what we're looking for. So we've got this high, low, failed high, low, failed high, low. That's what we're looking for right in there. Yesterday, thanks to one of our members, Joe, AMD, yesterday, you know, those that were in this AMD just made killer money. And see how that's just starting to fail right through there. See how we're down, up, down, up, down, up. And then it finally gave way. Okay. Let's see what this BOTZ looks like. BOTZ. There you go. That's a nice looking one. Take a look at BOTZ. See how we're starting to fail right in here? Trend indicator starting to turn down, failing that 50 period moving average. So now what I'm looking for is that entry. My entry would be more maybe in this level, maybe even a little higher. So somewhere in here. And then, so we needed to slide up just a little bit maybe, and then come down like this, right through here. All right. Let's see, V. Mike is saying V's a good example. Yeah, V's a good example. Yeah, look at that. See how we slid sideways here? We kind of dropped down. Now what we need is a little bit of a rise, and today could be that rise. Right now could be that rise in there, where you get in that, and then we roll it to the downside. Now, for me personally, one thing I don't want to do is get too far away from the T-line and or the trend indicator here, because that is typically my stop zone is what that is, okay? My stop zone. Take a look at CRM. I mean, if I look at CRM, what we've got here is a top. And I'm not saying this is, you know, for sure going to come down. We still need to see that failure. But if you look at this, you know, this chart, you've got these highs. You've got these failed highs here. You've got this big bearish engulf here. Here we're failing the 50 period moving average. It might be one to keep an eye on if we start to roll to the downside. Watch right through here. And if you want to be short on this, what you don't want to see is a bullish takeover. So a bullish takeover, for me, one thing I'm going to look at is that 50% of the bearish candle. And that would put us about right here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So anything above 301.65, that's starting a bullish takeover. I would have to see the bearish, the bears come back and take over on that one right there. Okay, makes sense? Look at the diamonds here. Look at the diamond. See how we're below the 50 period moving average on price? We're still hanging up here. So now we start to see a little rise. We can start to see that failure, and that gives us a nice move to the short side. Now, overall, honestly, I really think today needs to be one of those days that we just kind of, for those that have bad wounds, lick your wounds. For those that made great money yesterday, you know, have a cup of coffee, put a shot of schnapps in it or something. Don't revenge trade today. And if you feel you've made some good money yesterday, you don't need to make any more money today. I know some people hate me to say that, because trading is all about greed. Greed will put you in the poorhouse if you're not careful. If you are looking for a long trade, take a look at Tyson. I like what Tyson is doing here. I probably have a few others here. I just forgot to even look at them this morning. Let's go do this. There we go. Let me put this up here. If anyone has any short trades you want to share, we can certainly take a look at them. This is going to have some short and long. I'll try to run through them real quick. I'll find something I like. Take a look at JBI. I think this is setting up more for the short side than it is for the long side. For it to set up for the long side, we would have to have price back up here above that 1480 mark. There's Taiwan Semiconductor moving sideways right now. Probably not much of a trade in that until it shows either strength one way or weakness one way. We're just flattening out. John is pointing out Abbott for a short. Absolutely. Nice, actually. Look at that. So here we are down, making that bearish H pattern. So what we've got here is the 200 period moving magnet or the 50 period moving magnet. And I'm probably leaning toward that 200 period magnet because we don't have any kind of buy signal in here. And some so-called double bottom is not a buy signal. So I'm probably leaning toward that 200 more than I am the 50. JB is looking at coin, short, absolutely. Look how we've got this top in here. Here we've rolled down. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Let's do this. So we've got this top in here. See how we've rolled down and we've come up. That's a bear flag right in here. We're below the T-line and trend indicator, pointing toward that downside now. For this to be bullish, it would have to come back up, and it's possible. Let me change the color here. We've got a low, high. If this turned out to be a higher low and we came over this candle right in here, that might flip that around. We still need to deal with this top, but because the trend indicator is red, I'm leaning toward the downside. I like that one, thanks. Starbucks. Starbucks is short. The thing of it is if you take a look at the weekly here, has that gone too far for an entry right now would be the big question. It is an inside bar here, so that helps out with that a little bit. But overall, yeah, Starbucks looks short to me. Absolutely. Let's take a look at Merck. Merck probably a little more to the bullish side, but we'd have to see that bullish candle in here. Here's Win. Win is still a bullish trade. Levi is still a bullish trade. I would just wait until you get that right setup. I don't know that today is going to be the right setup, but right now my stop would be $20.75 here. Home Depot short setup. Let's get rid of that. That right there. There you go. Home Depot is setting up for that blue ice failure right now. And that's just simply where we fail the 50 period moving average and we head to the 200. That's the way I like my blue ice failure. There's nothing, let me kind of set up a different blue ice failure. So the 50 period moving average, say the 50 was running way downhill like this and price was doing this. That's also a blue ice failure. My top line 100% best scenario of a blue ice failure is this right here. And it is very similar to the rounded bottom breakout, just the opposite, where you, instead of beating the 50 and heading to the 200, you're failing the 50 heading to the 200. And that's my favorite of blue ice failures right there. Let's see, Good Sun is pointing out NVO. NVO, if it drops through the 50, yes. Yeah, through the 50 would give that, we would call that blue ice failure there. Now, unless it fell through with some gusto, which it doesn't really look like it right now, it could slide through. Man, I would almost look for that to rally up, and then that would give you a good entry in there for that failure. That's a nice chart, thanks. Oracle. Oracle might be setting up for a little bit of rest in here. Let's see if that fails. Kind of hard to say whether that's going to fail right now or not. It just may be consolidating to the right for a little bit. CAT is still bullish. XLC is still bullish. Zeta, this is one I'm watching for an entry. Well, I think we checked options on it yesterday. The options are no good, so it'd have to be a stock buy. But Zeta's one I was watching for a long trade. That's popping up pretty nice right now. IBM, there's a nice short potential setup right now. The only way for it to turn to a bullish trade would probably be over 191. So below the 50 or even below 191, IBM might be a short trade. All right, folks, sorry I'm out of time here. I just noticed I need to run. I'll see everybody at the bottom of the hour on this Friday. So give me about 30 minutes. We'll all meet up right back here, okay? Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.